Hey guys, Jack here, and today I'm going to take you through some of the most interesting new additions, changes and gameplay mechanics in Battlefield 1. This footage and information comes from the closed alpha of the game, and as such, some of this may change before release. With that said, let's kick things off. There's a bunch of stuff to cover here, so I'll go as quickly as possible. Enjoy. The way you score points in Conquest has changed. At the start of a match, both teams start with 0 points and gain points by capturing flags and holding them. The more flags your team has, the quicker you'll build points. Losing a ticket when you respawn and ticket bleed are a thing of the past now. In the build of the game we played, the first team to 200 points won, or whichever team had most points when the 20-minute time limit expired. The customization menu now shows you damage drop off and bullet drop off for each weapon in a graph. The information above that also includes damage, accuracy, hipfire control and rate of fire. Also in the customization there's a weapon modifications button, but they're not present in the closed alpha. This is the only screenshot I have of this. For the Model 10 shotgun, it appears that a grenade launcher attachment, different ammunition types and bayonets are some of the options. Battlefield 1 runs at a 60Hz tick rate on PC by default. In layman's terms, this means better hit registration and netcode. You can use the bayonet charge to barge through closed doors. This can be used to surprise an enemy on the other side or as a means of a quick escape. There was a tank takedown mechanic in the build of the game we played at EA Play. Mugs TV has kindly given me permission to use his footage that he recorded of this. His Twitch and YouTube channels are linked down in the description below if you want to go and check him out. In the footage we see that Muggs has manually climbed on top of an enemy tank and is offered to press the F key to initiate a takedown. He does so and then presses left click. A missing animation presumably plays, followed by an explosion, and as you can see, the right side of the tank is completely blown out and has taken massive damage. The enemy tank driver gets out and then Muggs gets in, revealing that the tank has taken 72 damage. We're unsure if this feature will make it into the final game. Westy reported that this is a single player only feature, so it could be that the code was still present in the multiplayer build of the game that we played. There is no commander mode in Battlefield 1, that's gone. Soldiers can be set on fire via incendiary grenades and potentially flamethrowers. You can kill enemies with the revive syringe. BF1 features Behemoths. These are massive vehicles that are called in during a game. On the St. Quentin Scar map we played, if one team is losing heavily, it appeared that at roughly halfway through the time limit of the game, the losing team were reinforced with an airship. This could be based on time limits but also on points. However, if the game was close and both teams had similar points, the airship did not spawn in. The airship can be controlled by the pilot in horizontal directions but not elevation. It can drop bombs and has several machine gun locations on it, underneath and on the top. The machine guns underneath are protected by gondoliers that can be destroyed and shot off by the enemy team, rendering them obsolete. Interestingly, this clip shows a gondolier from the airship falling onto the battlefield. The resulting explosion kills a player in its vicinity. That's very cool indeed. If you're on the airship, you can also get on top of it by exiting. If the airship is destroyed, it will fall dynamically onto the battlefield, exploding and then leaving its metal skeleton on the map, which acts as an obstacle for players. There are stationary Aaa turrets scattered around the map that can very quickly destroy enemy aircraft and damage the airship. Sniper rifles for the scout class have one-hit kill sweet spot ranges. At close range, an upper body shot will probably not kill a full health opponent, but a headshot more than likely will. However, if you move further back and fire a shot in that particular sniper rifle's sweet spot range, there is a possibility you will one-hit kill a full health opponent with an upper body or neck shot. Drag has also been added to the bullets, so extreme range shots will drop off a lot and be very hard to hit on your first attempt. When playing as the medic class, you can press Q to quickly throw bandages at an injured teammate. Every player in the game has a gas mask and can press T to equip it. This will protect you from gas, but the trade-off is that you can only hip fire whilst wearing it. Assault players wielding SMGs or shotguns in gas and close ranges will have a distinct advantage here. You no longer appear on the minimap whilst firing your weapons, and you will only be there if you've been spotted by another player or a gadget. The minimap also no longer displays enemy orientation, instead they're now a small diamond shape. 3D spotting is still in the game, and if an enemy is spotted, you'll see what class they are via the icon above their heads. Barbed wire is scattered around the map, and if you touch it as an infantry player, it will do damage to you, but it can be destroyed. There are now animations for entering vehicles and changing to certain positions in the vehicle. Tanks, airplanes and light armoured cars feature these so far. Also, you can take damage or be killed in the middle of these animations, so you are not invincible there. A squad leader can use the Comoros to select a flag to attack without having to look at the flag like in previous Battlefield games, and it appears that squad orders have 1-minute timers on them, acting as a little side mission for your squad to undergo. You can also see members of squads in the squad select screen. Looks pretty cool if you ask me. Every time you hit an enemy, you'll see what damage you've done to them. The deploy screen is an actual real-time 3D map of the battlefield, offering the player a better overview of the map before he or she spawns into it. BF1 has a dynamic weather system. In the build we played, the weather would randomly be assigned. There were 3 weather states: sunny, rainy or foggy. Foggy weather heavily restricts visibility, meaning that snipers and airplanes will have a hard time picking out targets and may have to move closer to effectively engage the enemy. Vehicles have locational damage. You can take out treads or turrets to disable different things on a tank rather than just the simple front, back and sides model from BF3 and BF4. You can also target wings on airplanes to affect their mobility. Whilst we're on the subject of vehicles, these can actually self-repair now. Holding X will initiate the repair process and it heals the vehicle in stages. If you're repairing, you cannot control the vehicle. As such, in airplanes it would be wise to fly out of the battlefield and gain some altitude before you do it. If you take any damage during an automatic repair, the progress of it will reset and start again. In typical Battlefield style though, vehicles can also be repaired with a hammer, and the hammer also damages enemy vehicles and soldiers alike. Bail out of a plane as the pilot or jump out of a tank as the driver and you will be a separate class that looks different and carries a unique loadout. The pilot class has a C96 carbine, a pistol, a hammer, spotting flare and a frag grenade. The tanker class has a C96 carbine, a pistol, a hammer, an anti-tank grenade and a frag grenade. The scout class has a spotting flare, and when fired over an area it will spot enemy players and display them on the minimap for a period of time. If you're being resupplied or healed, it will tell you who did it, and if you're dead, you'll be told if there's a medic nearby, influencing your decision to request a revive and wait, or instantly go back to the deploy screen. Dying will also alert nearby medics of your death if you're in a revivable state. And finally for today, there are no counter knives in the game, but there are takedowns, resulting in a very quick in and out animation and providing the aggressor with a shiny dog tag. And that's all I wanted to share for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and learnt something here. Obviously there's a load of new mechanics to explore, and as I said at the start, this is closed alpha, so expect a lot to change before launch in October. Thanks for watching guys, and if you enjoyed the video, do give me a thumbs up, that would be amazing. If not, a thumbs down, and I'll see you in the next one.